The Young and the Restless spoilers, weekly Saturdays. Full welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City addicts. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the latest drama, and we have an absolute mountain of chaos to unpack. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's get right into the madness that our favorite soap is serving up. Oh my God. I literally cannot believe what I just watched. I am typing this at 2 a.m. because my brain is buzzing, my heart is racing, and I desperately need to vent to people who actually understand this show and share my absolute outrage. I have been watching since 2015, and let me tell you, this is simultaneously the most frustrating and most addictive era of The Young and the Restless I have seen in a long time. I mean, are the writers actively trying to give us a collective heart attack? Because it is absolutely working. Let's talk about the absolute mess that is Genoa City right now, because I have opinions, I have theories, and I am definitely not holding back tonight. First of all, we need to talk about Matt Clark. I cannot stand this man. I mean, seriously? We are really doing this whole I am a changed man routine with Matt Clark? After everything he has done to the Newman family? After the absolute hell he has put everyone through? He does this deeply disturbing little move in Friday's episode that just completely throws Sienna and Noah off balance. And I am sitting here on my couch, literally screaming at my screen because Noah is the only one with any sense left in this entire town. Matt is walking around the Newman Ranch, claiming he's turned over a new leaf, playing the victim with this convenient amnesia. And Sienna is just standing there looking completely indifferent. Like, hello? Are you awake, Sienna? Do you not remember who you are dealing with? Because Noah is right to be absolutely terrified and furious. He knows Matt is a walking, breathing time bomb. Just one wrong move, one little slip-up from Matt, whether it is intentional or just a mistake, and Noah is going to completely lose his mind. And honestly, I am here for it. Let Noah snap. We have watched Noah be the good guy, the supportive son, the calm presence for so long. But with Matt Clark pushing his buttons, I want to see Noah unleash pure Newman fury. Is this going to happen at the Shadow Room? Because if Matt ruins the vibe at Noah's club after all the work Noah put into building that replica of his Vegas spot, I will personally riot. We all know Matt is just playing games. He is testing the waters to see how far he can push Noah and Sienna before they break. Remember when they tried this amnesia and redemption arc with past villains? Yeah, didn't work then either. It never works. Matt is a monster. He is literally the reason Nick was spiraling, getting hooked on drugs, and crashing his car not that long ago. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's stick to the current episode. The point is, Matt is manipulating Sienna and Noah, and this is going to end in a massive, explosive confrontation. I am dreading it because I don't want Noah to get hurt, but I also cannot look away because the tension is just so incredibly thick. Okay, back to the point, because we need to talk about Devin Hamilton Winters. I am sorry, but what on earth is happening to Devin? He is having a full-blown psychological breakdown, and it is honestly painful to watch. Lily and Nate are standing there looking deeply worried, and I am just like, someone get this man a therapist, ASAP. Devin has been holding on to so much rage, and it is finally spilling over into every single aspect of his life. He is lashing out, he is screaming, he is completely losing his grip on reality, and it is terrifying his family. Because at the core of all this, anger is the Mariah Copeland situation. The kidnapping of Dominic. I know some people are loving this dark, brooding, unforgiving Devin, but personally, I am exhausted by it. Yes, what Mariah did was horrific. She had a severe psychological break and took his son. That is trauma with a capital T. But Devin is letting that trauma turn him into a completely bitter, irrational person. He is letting it poison his soul. He is lashing out at everyone, refusing to see that Mariah is severely ill and needs help, not just his endless wrath. He is asking a judge to reconsider her case and potentially send her to prison for a very long time, completely ignoring Abby's wishes. And he is taking all this unresolved rage out on Lily and Kane. Look, I am not a fan of Lily and Kane getting back together either. Kane literally blackmailed Lily using Malcolm's bone marrow, which is a whole other level of twisted and disgusting. So Devin has every right to be disgusted by their toxic reunion. But Devin isn't just mad about Kane, he is using it as an excuse to explode because he cannot process his feelings about Mariah and Dominic. Nate is trying so hard to keep the peace, but Devin is just a ticking time bomb. Every conversation turns into a shouting match. Actually, wait. Do I feel bad for Devin? Sometimes I do. Because if someone took my baby, I would probably never forgive them either. I would probably want them locked up forever. But then I look at Mariah, who is clearly suffering from a massive mental health crisis, who loved that baby and got completely lost in her own delusion. And I feel bad for her too. My emotions are all over the place tonight. I am contradicting myself, I know. But Devin cannot keep screaming at his family. He is pushing Lily and Nate away when he needs them the most. If he keeps this up, he is going to end up completely alone in that massive penthouse, pushing away the only people who actually care about his well-being. Now, we have to pivot because I have been saving the most infuriating part of the episode for last. Oh, my God. Can we please talk about Victor and Nikki Newman? Starting over? Are you kidding me? I literally laughed out loud at my television when they agreed to start fresh. This is the biggest scam in the history of Genoa City. Victor and Nikki just had the most brutal, toxic confrontation because Nikki dared to visit Jack Abbott in the hospital, and Victor called it a betrayal. A betrayal. Because Victor's ego is so incredibly fragile that his wife checking on her friend and ex-husband is somehow a direct attack on his manhood. Nikki is literally sitting there, getting ready to have the bandages taken off her eyes from her surgery, feeling vulnerable and scared, and they are talking about a fresh start. But let's look at the actual reality here. Nikki told Victor she would not fully reconcile with him unless he apologized for bringing Patty Williams back to town. Yes, Nikki. Hold your ground. Make him grovel. But we all know Victor Newman does not apologize. He has never apologized for anything in his entire life. He thinks he is a god who can do no wrong. And can we just reflect on the absolute chaos Victor caused by bringing Patty back? Patty has literally terrorized the Abbott family. She kidnapped Ashley's daughter Abby and baby Dominic. She is blackmailing Jack for sex, showing him pictures of Diane locked in a padded cell. She is working with that psycho doctor, Markham, who literally strangled Diane in her car. All of this is indirectly Victor's fault because he unleashed Patty on them just to mess with Jack. And Nikki knows this. She knows Victor is responsible for the Abbott family's current nightmare. She knows Victor's petty vendettas ruin lives. So when Victor and Nikki say they are starting over, what they really mean is they are just going to pretend to be civil so the kids and grandkids don't realize their marriage is a toxic wasteland. It's all for appearances. They just want to play happy family while the bandages come off. And honestly, I am so frustrated with Nikki for even entertaining this. I mean, I love Nikki. She is an absolute soap opera icon. But girl, wake up. You are sleeping with the enemy. Because here is the absolute worst part, and the reason I am typing in all caps again and losing my actual mind. Victor is literally stealing her company. Nikki thinks they are calling a truce, but she doesn't even realize that Victor manipulated her when she was terrified of her headaches, drugged her up, and made her sign away her personal shares of Newman Enterprises. He tricked her into signing a fake medical power of attorney. He is liquidating her assets while smiling in her face and talking about a fresh start. It is sick. It is genuinely sociopathic. I am dreading the moment Nikki finds out, but I also cannot wait for the explosion. Victoria is already suspicious, And when this comes out, it is going to destroy the Newman family forever. Victor is playing a very, very dangerous game. He thinks he has outsmarted everyone, but you cannot steal your wife's legacy while she thinks she is dying and expect to get away with it. When those bandages come off and Nikki finally sees clearly, literally and figuratively, Victor is going to face a wrath unlike anything he has ever seen. Okay, I need to breathe. My heart rate is way too high for this time of night. But that is why we love this show, right? It makes us crazy. It makes us passionately angry. Between Matt Clark terrorizing Noah, Devin losing his actual mind over Mariah and Lily, and Victor pulling the most evil scam on Nikki while she's recovering from surgery, Genoa City is on absolute fire right now. I know half the fandom is probably disagreeing with me on Devin being too harsh, but whatever. I said what I said. Tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Let me know in the comments if you are as stressed out as I am, because I definitely need to share this with people who get it.